Okay, let's talk about why it's a big mistake to save dollars. And so if you want to save dollars or euros or anything like that, I'm going to tell you why it's a big problem when you do those type of things. So if you are here in US, or if you are in Europe, or maybe Latin America or something like that, and you're wondering, okay, why should I, save in someone else's currency? Because remember, it's currency. It's not money. Money is gold and silver. Everything else is debt or a currency. So when you're, for instance, this happens a lot in Latin America or third world countries. When you want to save, people, instead of saving in their own currency, they save, in someone else's currency, because the government start printing fiat, or start printing, their pesos or their euros or even dollars, like crazy. So I'm going to tell you this. Let's say that in this case we have an ounce of gold. An ounce of gold is $600. So let's say in 2006 that was about that value. So if you have, let's imagine that here we have a $600 bill. So what happened if the government creates another $600 bill, but they don't have they don't have more gold and silver? Let's say that they want, one of those plans for the people, for the lazy ones, for people who doesn't want to work, or not, or maybe they want to go to conquer another country or something like that. So because they cannot produce more gold, they're going to produce something that they can, is the paper bill. So basically, if they create another $600 bill, instead of being backed up by the gold for the gold coin, that extra $600 bill that you're going to get is going to be equivalent half coin. So the more paper they create, or more currency they create, the more currency they create, the worse it is, because it's going to lose value every day or every time they do that. So basically, once they create more of these paper bills, everything is going to be worse. So because the second paper bill is going to take the value of the first paper bill, and so on. So the problem that you're going to have is, if you keep saving in their currency, the government's currency, you're giving them more power, because you're creating more demands. But what happens if you start saving in gold or silver? So let's say, for instance, here I have a little bottle with this. So this that you see here, this is money. It's no currency. It's a big difference. So that is why the US dollar is the world's reserve currency. It's not the world's reserve money. So it's a big difference between this, that this doesn't, it doesn't worth anything. Yes, you think it worth something. It has a dead president here in the front, but that's it. And it's just a number in the back. So you're going to have a lot of issues like that in the society, because you're going to have people that they want to save, they want a house, or maybe they want a car, or maybe they want something else, and they see that goal, like farther and farther and farther away. For instance, in 2020, a Tesla used to worth, like a Model S, like $30,000. And now, if I want to buy the same Tesla, what happened with all these dollars that I have? I wanted to buy the Tesla. Now I have to pay like $50,000. So, and then you have, and the house is same thing. So a house that used to worth maybe 100,000 or 200 now is double or triple. So, and then you're discouraging people, to work and save. And then, you're going to have a lot of people, saying, okay, now I'm going to work, but just to have fun in the weekends, to buy my beer, to pay the rent maybe, and that's it, and to pay the bills, and maybe just taxes, and that's it. And so, and then what is going to happen, the GDP of the country all the power that the people are producing, things, service, and all the things is going to decrease a lot, because you're going to have. I mean, it happens all the time, even here. When I want to search for a helper or something like that to go and work for a customer or something like that. I mean, these people, they don't want to work. I mean, even if you pay them whatever they ask, you don't say anything, they don't show up, or they don't want to come to work, or they say, nah, I'm good, I'm fine. And that happens very often. So what you're going to see, I mean, when the government creates this currency, you have the government, here you have the little paper bills, and you're going to have the first tier of people. The first one, they're going to have a lot of power. The currency that they have is going to have a lot of value, but as soon as the currency start trickling down through the rest of the society, and they start the whole society starts seeing dollars everywhere, is going to lose its value. And when these dollars gets here to tier number 5, I mean, it just crumbles. It's just peanuts. It's not going to buy. It's not going to go any farther than that they thought. But the first people, the people that are in power, they're going to have all the advantages to create, whatever they want to buy, pay, or whatever. And then everyone else gets screwed. So that is why, if you are, it depends on the country that you are. So if you're in a country that you can buy gold and silver, do that. Go to a coin shop. I made a video about that. You go, take your fiat, say, hey, give me money, and you give them the paper, and then that's it. You can save on that. So that way, something happens, because when you start having this issue, you're not going to see the problem right away. I mean, when the government start, printing currency all the time, trillions and trillions and trillions. I mean, this is going to take a while until everything collapses, or everyone starts seeing that the currency is worth less and less and less. It is no next day or overnight or anything like that. It's no FedEx. So it's going to take a while. But meanwhile that happens, meanwhile time is passing. You have your gold, your silver, and then you can keep your purchasing power. When that happens, you are going to see that the price of gold and silver is going to spike, and it maybe spike again until they stop making more currency, or something happens. But at least if you don't have to use it, your savings like right away, you're going to be safe, because the dollar, I mean because the gold and silver, is money, and it has been always for thousands of years. Even if you read in the Bible, he got paid, I think, to betray Jesus, like 14 pieces of silver. And if you bring those 14 pieces of silver today, you can buy a lot of things. So, but if you have, dollars, let's say I think about 1960 or 70, you were able to buy a brand new car for $4,000 or $5,000, something like that. And today, if you want to buy a brand new car, 30, 40,000. So what happened with all those dollars? I mean, we are not talking about like thousands of years ago. We're talking about maybe 30, 50 years ago, 60 years ago, or something like that. So the same thing with the example that I told you about Tesla. Like 2 years ago is 30, 2 years later is 50. So it's crazy. So if you're in a country that they don't allow you for some reason, to buy maybe gold or silver, another option that you have is if you can buy copper. So copper, easy. So if you're thinking, okay, where can I get copper? Go to the hardware store. So you can buy, maybe bundles of copper cable, and you can save them somewhere. And if you need it, you can sell them someday, and it will increase. The price is going to increase, over time, because the government keeps creating these paper bills like they are going out of style. And that is the only option that you have. And it's better than buying maybe a hard drive like this or something like that. Because if you buy, if you buy technology, maybe RAM, CPUs, or motherboards or video cards or anything like that, you're going to have the problem. You have a new technology coming every year, and the price of those things are going to decrease drastically. So if you buy copper, copper is copper. If you need to rewire a whole house, you use copper no matter what, and it's not something that's going to be out of style anytime soon. So hopefully this video was useful, and if you have any question, please let me know in the section below. And if you want me to make another video about any other topic, please write it down below, and see you next time.